Is this the coolest EV you can buy on the market right now? This is the Lucid Air Grand Touring. And it's a stunning looking car. I mean, just look at it. It has this very nice and low profile, and the air can extract through here. It has one of the lowest coefficients of drag. It's a very good looking car. We have a glass roof here. Everything, we have soft close as well. It's your replacement for a Model S or an EQS. Let's go and drive it. And so the Lucid Air Grand Touring, it's the top of the line except for the Sapphire, but that it's mostly an exercise of how fast you can go. This is the biggest battery that we have here, and it's 120 kilowatt hours. You can do, depending on the wheel size we're currently on, you can do 880 kilometers on it. If you put it to the 19-inch, you can do 960, which is, there's nothing in this class, or no EV that comes close to being this efficient in battery range. We are talking about efficiency, yes, we have dual motors, so one in the front, one in the back. Combined horsepower of 830 and a torque of 1200 Newton meters. The figures speak for themselves, 3.2 to 100. It's a bit twisty, but if we do get like a small stretch of road, it vanishes quickly. It's a very fast car, and as well it handles really well. The front axle, it really feels good. It leans a little bit, you have the weight, but the weight is very low down. The regenerative braking, you can set it in the control here, off, standard or high, and in high it regenerates really well. You can do really good one-pedal drive with it. It works really well, and it handles very well. You do feel like you're experiencing quite the speed you're doing, which is really nice, even though you don't have to push it like crazy. I really like that in a car, so you can still have fun with it within legal driving. And yeah, speaking about efficiency, what I was saying before, we have a drag coefficient of 0.197, which is the best coefficient drag in the industry, really. I think only the EQS is like equal or comes close, but it's a matter of taste. But the EQS isn't as pretty as this is, because I don't think I've seen anyone who really likes how the EQS looks. And the big thing as well then with the whole concept with the Lucid is the space inside. And where a lot of other brands, they don't have a frunk, this has a frunk and a trunk, so you have a combined boot space of over 900 liters. It's really a lot. It's really cool, and inside as well, because the car is only E-Class size from the outside, but on the inside it's S-Class size, and it's really roomy as well with the panoramic roof we have here. It feels very airy, no pun intended. Yeah, everything inside the interior is very light, and it's very well thought out. We have the basic things that we use for like wiper blades, headlights on this side. It's all touch, which isn't my favorite, but it's the way the world has gone so far. Then in the middle we have our instrument cluster. It's a very light design. If you switch to the automatic driving, you get the drive assist, and you can see how the car is behaving on the road. If you turn it back off, you have the central screen again. And then to our side here, we have this little floating tablet, which is it's a really nice design touch. And here is your navigation, your phone, your audio. And the cool thing is everything that's in here, we have also this screen here. We can pull it down, and then we can see and work more on the map as well. If we push it up, it's back up there. It's a really nicely integrated design. As well here, if we switch from like navigation to the music, the navigation will put up into the instrument cluster. So you never miss anything that you're looking for as well. And I think this is my favorite feature in the whole infotainment system. We can just slide this up and it's gone. And you have a really decluttered interior. It's similar to what Audi was doing in the C7 A6, and I just like it when you're driving long distance and you don't have too much lights to distract you. You can just focus on the road and on the driving. Furthermore, into the interior, because we're talking about quite the high luxury class of car. The car is really well finished. The leather is really nice. The seats they're really good. They're very supportive. If you're wobbling around a little bit, you can tighten them, which is also really nice. And furthermore, we have this lovely Alcantara and everything. When you do hit a line on the road, it sort of vibrates, and that's the same goes for the massage. You have this you have the normal massage that you're used to, and then there's this one. It's called stretch. It just vibrates the seat. It's not something that I really like, but some people might be into it. Just picks up speed so fast, and we're at 85% battery, and we still have 687 kilometers of range, which is really, really impressive. As well, with the Grand Touring, the Lucid has a 900 plus volt architecture, which is also like the highest in the industry. Lucid develops their electric motors in-house. The battery cells, they're also developed in-house. The electric motors themselves, they only weigh 74 kilograms. It's really light. They're very, very compact. We've seen them yesterday during the presentation. And yeah, that allows us to have the frunk. They really tighten the cooling package as well to improve efficiency. And with having everything so well worked out and doing a lot of it in-house, they can control really what they want, which is big range and very fast charging speeds, because we can get up to 400 kilometers in 16 minutes. We have peak DC charging of over 300 kilowatts. There's nothing that really comes close to it. And if you can drive 400 kilometers after 16 minutes, you're good to go for another few hours again. The thing as well in-house that they've worked on is the electronic stability control, and that's also how it goes so blisteringly fast from a straight line. They used to use Bosch control systems, which had a impulse frequency of 60 hertz, which means every second, 60 times the data is being relayed to the control module. And so that means that it was like on, off, on, off, on, off. And they struggled with it, and they weren't satisfied. So they developed their own system in-house that has a frequency up to 1,000 hertz. So 1,000 times a second, the car is checking the grip, checking the power, and adjusting it accordingly. And that means that you'll get accelerations that they don't feel limited by traction, and you can really improve how fast you're going. And that's also what they did with the Sapphire, because the Sapphire does 0 to 100 from a standstill in 2 seconds, which I can't even comprehend how fast that is, because I've never experienced anything like that. Hopefully we can do it a little bit later, but for now, yeah, I think even here at 830 horsepower, it's more than to be honest, it's already too much. And probably you're better off with a Touring, which also has a very big range. And I think you're better off with a Touring because it has a little bit less range, the price is a little bit lower, and especially in the back, you have what they call the foot garage. Is they left space out of the battery pack for your feet to go into, whereas with the Grand Touring, they filled up that space. So if you're having to sit in the back, you're sitting a little bit higher because of the batteries that are in there right now. Chassis-wise and handling, it's really impressive how well it hides the weight. And it's a big car, but a lot of cars, they're 2.5 tons. This is just above 2.2, which also is what Lucid has been aiming for, is to reduce weight, because when you reduce weight, you can improve efficiency, and yeah, everything comes around to the efficiency, because Lucid wanted to make the best car with the best efficiency, and they reasoned that that would be an EV, and they really pulled it off. And a lot of their know-how they also bring in from Formula E, because they've been supplying the batteries and motor to the third generation of the Formula E. So they really know what they're doing. They're in the high performance segment, and with Formula E, it's efficiency first and then power, because there's no point in racing if you cannot finish the race on the batteries. So it's, and also with the charging, if you see the figures they're doing right now in Formula E, how fast they're able to charge, it's crazy. And so since 2022, Lucid has been on the market in Europe, in Germany, Netherlands, Norway, and Switzerland. But right now they're trying to push into the Belgian market and Denmark this year. Should be coming like middle this summer and this summer. No prices for those countries have been announced. If we're looking into the German market, which is probably the most similar, maybe a little bit lower due to VAT, this starts at 140,000 euros, and with the options here, it's 160. And the Grand Touring is, it starts at 100, and with some options, it's 110, 120. So it's really in the premium luxury segment. There's also a Pure, which has a single motor at the back and has a little bit of a smaller battery pack as well. That starts at 80,000, so I think it could be a really well sell, especially the competition here is the i7 or the Mercedes EQS. And then I think there's not much that those brands can do in terms of efficiency and finishing of the car, because it is an American car, but it doesn't feel like the cheap American finish that we've come to know over the last 10, 20 years from American cars. It's a really well thought out product. And also, if you don't really want a Model S anymore, I think this is a really nice option. And if you're more into the SUV segment, the Gravity is coming out at the end of this year in Europe. That's also something to really look forward to, because it improves on what the Air... I really have to focus when because when it just picks up speed, it goes so quick. So yeah, I cannot imagine what the Sapphire is like, but I think coming back to it, if you are looking into Model S or EQS, I think you should really have a look at this, because it's a really cool car. That's all we have time for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.